Okay, let's do our traditional opening gestures. First, the right hand makes a fist. Left hand open palm. Palm covers the fist. And bring that out from the heart with a little bow. And then circle back, showing our connection. Do the 3 Chi exercises. These arms of these chairs get almost right to the edge of my seat. But you can do this however works for you. And then hands from the center of gravity. Inhale up to the sky. And we exhale, come down. The hands come to rest on that center of gravity. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. And last time, inhale. And exhale. Good. The second exercise, raise and lower arms. Inhale and float the arms up to shoulder height. And exhale down. 2, inhale. And exhale. And 3, inhale. And exhale. Good. The third of these opening exercises, palms up. Inhale to the heart. You hold the breath as you press out. And exhale as you shine. Down. Palms up. Inhale to the heart. Pause the breath, press out. And exhale, shine. And down. 1 more time. Inhale. Pause the breath. And exhale. Rest those hands wherever is comfortable. 1 minute mindfulness. So just pausing for a moment and notice the body. And this is non-judgmental awareness. The body doesn't need to be one way or another. It may feel good or it may feel painful. There may be spots that feel neutral, spots that don't feel great. Just noticing, coming into that presence. Take a deep breath in. Let it out with a sigh. Begin our practice. So the first practice we do is called the Tai Chi ball, Qigong. And I love introducing this practice because once you know it, you can sort of make it up on your own. So these classes get recorded, and if you want, you can follow along on YouTube. The last week's is already up there. But in case you couldn't access that or you don't remember anything else, this is the practice to do. Pretty much it involves imagining you have a ball between your hands. So let's try that. You imagine like a ball of light hands, or just have an image of like a ball between hands. And then the way this Qigong works is all the movements are about rolling the ball. So you just sort of keep that relationship. And let's start with this one. We're just rolling the ball in a backward direction. And because we're visualizing this ball shape, it makes our movements smooth and round, which is very good for your joints. And according to Chinese medicine, it's very good for fight force. It makes the energy smoothly. So we just want to have this smooth, circular, ball type rolling. Like we did in our last class, you could make that ball really big and experiment with that. What's that like to roll a big, giant ball? And you could also shrink it down, make it really small. What's it like to roll a small crystal ball? And then come back to normal. And let's switch directions. So now we roll that ball forward, rolling the ball. And you'll notice if you watch my body, it's not just my hands moving, but I'm slightly rocking. My torso is kind of making this motion. And it's very freeform. So you just get to do it in a way that feels good to you. In this exercise, nothing about the exercise should really hurt. So all of this should feel within your range of motion. And just enjoy. Okay, let's try making this ball big. And then shrink it down. And Make it small. And then back to normal. And then take that ball and you're going to bring it down and imagine, like you visualize this ball of light. Imagine you shrink it down. You put it into your center of gravity. Just pausing for a brief moment, just meditating on that you have like a small ball of light down in your lower belly. Let's do a couple more. Feeling okay so far? Any questions on this Tai Chi ball? So these are the ones I recommend if you don't remember anything else, because it's just roll the ball around, but it's really nice for the body to have that smooth. So let's do the second one, which is the vertical circle. So you grab the Tai Chi ball and you're going to inhale and go out and up, and then exhale in and down. So big circle, inhale and exhale. Inhale, 3. We'll do 5 of each of these. And exhale. Inhale, 4. And one more time. And let's go the other way. So we're going to inhale in and up. And exhale out and down. 2. 3. 4. And 5. And all the way down. Now we'll do the horizontal circle. So you're going to go over to your left. Let's exhale on the out. And inhale, circle on back. Exhale out and across. And inhale, circle on back. Feel free to let the body do this as much as you like. So I'm really sort of leaning and twisting 2 more times. But mostly just have fun with it. Do it in a way that feels good to you. Then come all the way back to the belly and reverse. So now going over to your right, exhaling out and inhaling back. 2. 3. 4. And all the way back. And then again, imagine that ball of light shrinking down. Maybe it's the size of a baseball or a golf ball or even a little pearl, whatever you like best. You place that down in your lower belly and just visualizing this little ball of light down in the lower abdomen. Okay, take a big breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Gently open the eyes. And finish. Okay, so that's our Tai Chi ball Qigong. We've got 1, 2, 3 main exercises. We've got, let's call this the vertical circle, the horizontal circle, and the rolling of the ball. So if you wanted to do a little Tai Chi or Qigong this week, you didn't want to look me up on YouTube, you didn't want to remember the whole class, just get the ball. Set a clock for 5 minutes or put on a song, a Healy Feely song that takes 5 minutes, and just go in the different directions. Now there's the horizontal, here's the vertical. You can do those seated like we are today. If you are feeling more vigorous, these same ones happen from a standing posture. Strength the legs there too. So that is the main practice that I want folks to take away from this class. It's so simple. You can do it. We've got a whole week until next Thursday. So you could do that a number of times if you so chose. But for now, let's get into a few of the movements from the Tai Chi form. So we are learning, ultimately, we learn the movements of the 24 movement, simplified yang style Tai Chi. So there's about 24 different moves. We'll learn those in this adaptive style. And then as we go along, some folks may want to learn the traditional form, which sort of moves about the room. But we'll start just by learning moves in place. So let's start in the seat, and then we'll move towards some supported postures in a moment. But the first one that we're going to learn conveniently involves this ball once again. So find your Tai Chi ball. And this is a great reference point. We'll do a little Qigong exercise with this. Take your left hand and you're just going to turn the ball this way. So now that left hand goes on top, the right hand goes on the bottom. And I'll be mirroring. So this is really my right hand, but I'll be like a mirror. So then on our inhale, we're going to turn. And now the right hand goes on top and the left hand goes on the bottom. Okay, inhale to the middle. And exhale, switch left top, right bottom. Inhale to the middle. And exhale, switch right top, left bottom. Couple more rounds. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. And then back to center. And just relax those hands down. Okay, so that's quite simple. You could add that into your repertoire if you're doing 5 minutes a day, Tai Chi ball. But what I want to show you is if you look at the video, last time we did the first move in the form, which we're not going to do in detail today, something slightly different. But if you go back to that move, we had this move called Parting the Wild Horse's Mane. We did that with support on the chair, and then we also did that free form. So what I'd like to do is the preliminary seated exercise that helps you learn this hand motion, and then we'll weave that back into the standing next week. So this is the start for that, and now let's learn the second piece. So find your Tai Chi ball. Let's go that left hand on top, right hand on bottom. Excellent. So now what I'm going to do is that same ball rolling exercise. This right hand is going to roll up. My left hand is going to roll down by the side of my hip. You end up in a position where that right hand is sort of facing your heart like half of a hug, and the other hand is like you're supporting yourself on a pillar or something. That's how I always imagine it's like a pillar of stone. Good. Then to switch to the other side, what you do is this hand is just going to sneak to the bottom of the ball. That top hand just turns onto the top of the ball. Then I roll, so the left hand comes up, and that right hand finds the pillar. Excellent. Okay, then I sneak the right hand under, I sneak the left hand to the top of the ball. That's my inhale. On my exhale, the right hand comes up, the left hand finds the pillar. Inhale, sneak the left hand to the bottom. Exhale, roll the ball, left hand in front of the heart, right hand to the pillar. Excellent. Sneak the right to the bottom, inhale. And exhale, that right hand rolls up, the left hand comes down onto the pillar. Very good. A couple more. Left hand to the bottom, inhale. Exhale, right hand heart level, left hand to the pillar. And if you do the other side, that's fine. Inhale, right hand to the bottom. Exhale, right hand heart level, left hand to the pillar. One more on each side. Inhale, sneak that left hand in. Exhale, left hand to heart level, right hand to the pillar. Very good. Last time. Inhale, sneak that right hand in. And exhale, right hand to heart level, left hand to the pillar. To finish, float both hands up, place them on a cloud. And exhale, float that cloud. Fun. All right. Feel kind of groovy? Any questions on that exercise? Feel kind of, yes, what are you saying? Oh, yes, that's just because I'm so advanced. So actually, that's what my teacher told me. Traditionally, they call it playing the lute, and they say when you've practiced for many years, the chi will fill your jing meridian channels and express it out. So that happens to me. When my teacher told me that, I'm like, oh, that explains it, because it was only after a number of years that when I did it, these just started to wiggle on their own. But you don't have to wiggle them. That's just something that sort of does. It's not the instruction. But if you wiggle, your meridians are flowing, apparently. So they told me. Yeah. Okay. This one is a little more complicated. True or false? What do you say? A little bit? Do you notice? So this part we do this is the recommended part because it should feel, oh, that's groovy, man. Roll the ball. And then this is like, wait, you said left hand or right hand? Oh, God. And he's mirrored. That's his right hand. Oh. So if you feel that way, good. That's exactly how you should feel. Because one of the benefits of doing more complicated stuff is that that's building up these neural connections that we want, which is part of why Tai Chi helps us coordinating our physical body. So even though we're doing this while we're seated, it's helping your brain to map where am I in space, which hand is which, all of that kind of stuff that then goes downstream in more balance and coordination. So that's my sales pitch to you for because a lot of time people, I always make the sales pitch because a lot of people come and say, gee, yes, it's supposed to be so relaxing. When it comes to learning the traditional forms, it's for a moment, it's not relaxing. Your brain actually has to chew that up, but that's where the benefit is. So if you're in class, there's definitely a benefit in that. Breathe in, breathe out. We just do things repetitively over. And you can think, oh, yes, my brain's relaxing its tensions. But then when we do the complicated part, if that feels slightly frustrating, the phrase is to say, oh, yes, my brain is growing new connections. That's literally what it feels like. It's that feeling of frustration. That's what it feels like. Growing connections. So that's the sales pitch behind this. Okay, so for those of you who would like, let's move to a standing position. One standing form. So we can come behind the chair and use that for support. Another way people sometimes do these, this is how I'll show this, but sometimes as you're experimenting, some people like to try them balanced with a chair that's comfy enough that if they need to, they can just walk right into it. It's comfy and safe enough. So you can try that at home sometimes if you'd like. But to review, the move we're not going to do today, but next week, is where this hand motion is in. This is second move of the form, this parting the wild horses. So you can see that rolling the ball up and finding the pillar. We're just doing that one seated today because we're going to move into the next move of the form, which is called the crane parts its wings. So if you've ever seen an egret or a heron cooling their wings, this is the form that we're doing, the white crane pulls its wings. So we'll start this with our basic stance. And if you need to keep a hold, you can just leave a hand there. And let's do that for now. Let's take your right hand. I'll mirror you again. You just leave that there. And the left hand is going to come up kind of gracefully through the center. And it's going to reach up toward the sky. Now you'll notice my elbow stays sort of heavy. So I don't go like this. Just notice if I bring my elbow up, my whole shoulder goes up. Trying to relax that shoulder. So my elbow stays down. When we add the other hand, which you feel free to try, the other hand sort of floats like this. And you should notice that my arms are making the middle of a yin-yang symbol. That if you've seen the yin-yang Tai Chi symbol, that S curve, that's the shape you're making with your body. It's not, you guys are doing great. It's not this big yoga pose. Everything is slightly hug-shaped in your chest. Very good. So then that right hand comes down and it's sort of making that curve and we can let it come to rest. And then the left hand's going to flow up through the middle and find that same posture. And we stayed here for a minute on the right side. So feel free to do this on your right side. My left, your right. That's the one problem. vibrating the leg too. Then this can be hard if you have frozen shoulder or capsular tightness or something like this. You can just bring this wherever it goes. And you want to be below where the pain would start. So in frozen shoulder, a lot of time, one of the main ones, there's an inflammation of one of these little rotator muscles. And if you try to go through the pain, you're just actually re-inflaming it. So you want to go right up. Oh, I still don't feel any pain. Now the body's going to pump circulation in there, use that area, but not re-inflame it. Okay. And if you want, you can try the other hand really quickly. And there you are. You are a yin yang, a living yin yang symbol. Okay, if your balance is great, then we'll go right to the next one. So this top hand comes down. The bottom hand's going to come in front of it. And they change places when you exhale. If you need to, conveniently, this hand is right here, so you can use it for balance. So inhale, the top hand comes inside, the bottom hand on the outside. And exhale, they change places. Inhale through the center. And exhale, reaching toward the sky and the earth. This is the crane cools its wings. Inhale through the center. Exhale, touching sky and touching earth. Inhale. Exhale. If you want to add the legs a little bit, what you can do is as you inhale, you just gently bend the knees, just a tiny ½ inch. Then as you exhale, you just stand up slightly. Let's do a couple more rounds. Inhale. Left hand reaches towards sky. Exhale. Inhale through the center. And exhale, that right hand reaches toward the sky. One more set on each side. Inhale and exhale. This is a big movement. Last time, inhale center. And exhale, touching sky and touching earth. Then to finish, we're just going to bring both hands to place them on the cloud. And exhale, float right down. Okay, any questions on that one? Crane cools its wings. So your main homework, we're going to do one more with this. Your main homework, Tai Chi ball. It's so relaxing, it's so easy, have fun, do the Tai Chi ball. If you feel like it this week, just turn on this video, do the whole class. Have a nice 25 minutes of Tai Chi. The other thing you might try to remember on your own is this holding the ball. And then the last thing we'll do today to help our balance is the full posture of the crane cools its wings. So let me show you on the chair, then without it so you can see my feet, and we'll all do it together. So for the crane cools its wings, the hand that goes up is the foot that goes down. So I'm slightly going to step to the side with this. This will be your left. And then my right foot, my left, but your right foot is going to go tippy toe. And here's where you can use the balance to help yourself if you need to. Then to switch sides, I bring this one back to center so I can put my weight on it. I switch the arms. And when this one gets up, it sort of pulls this foot off the ground. And I go tippy toe. Yep. Let me show without the chair for the video and so you can see my feet a little more easily. So I step, one wing, two wing, tippy toe. This hand could be on the chair. Then I step, one wing, two wing, tippy toe. Yeah, this is slightly in front of yourself. Beautiful. Shall we try a few breaths of it together? So let's give it a try. So shifting to your left, step the left foot, float the left wing, right hand down, and tippy toe. We'll do this without the breath, but just breathe naturally. Then step that right foot back into the line, float the right wing. Balance if you need to, and tippy toe. Step, wing, balance, and touch. Step, wing, balance, and touch. Stay there for a second. Okay, here we go. Step left, wing, balance, touch. Step right, wing, balance, and touch. One more on each side. Here we go. Left, and if you like, inhale, then exhale into the posture. Inhale, transition. Exhale into the posture. I think we started on the right, so let's do one last one. Inhale, transition. Exhale into the posture. Then feet back to the center, hands on the clap. And settle it off. Then pause for a moment. If it's comfortable, let your eyes close or just put your gaze down. Use the chair for balance if necessary to have those eyes closed. And just take 1 minute mindfulness, just like we did at the beginning. Notice any changes, how you feel. Again, it's non-judgmental awareness, but if you do feel good, then make sure to savor that. Take the chance to enjoy that. And then when you're ready, take a deep breath in. Let it out on the side. And finish that meditation. Okay, any questions on that final practice? The crane cools its wings. Yes. When I'm standing equal, slightly bent. So mostly straight, because this is the most efficient, but just slightly unlocked. You could say unlocked. Yeah. And when you do the crane, the same thing. This is slightly bent. So what will happen over time is this will begin to strengthen these leg muscles very, very strongly. Yeah, but that's slight bent. Any other specific questions? How was that one? Easy or complicated or halfway in between? Yeah, just slightly. Yeah, and it's usually, the hope is that they're simple enough to be able to practice and complicated enough to make sure we're on a growing edge. So we want to try to find it right in that mix. So next week, what we'll do is we'll review this and we'll review the move before it so that we can start to put those together into the Tai Chi form. See you next Thursday, if not before. Thanks for being here.